What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Bandit Barney, bringing you everything you need to know about Red Dead Online. Real quick, super glad to have all the people that have joined the Discord. We got some cool things going on there, some nice information. I believe DeBoer put out a cool map of some hunting routes, and we got another chart from, actually, let's find out who it was. It's Monkley. I think I'm saying that right, of hideouts and the prices on different animals and birds. Super nice, super cool stuff going on over there. So thank you guys for being a part of that. If you want to join in, the link will be in the description below to the Discord. Aside from that, we wanted to jump in today and look at how crazy the Wild West was compared to in Red Dead Online and the time period we live in right now. So we'll call the Wild West the 1890 period. We'll call it the Wild West. And then today's period is the city, and obviously Red Dead Online is a work of fiction. It's a game. We'll dive into that too. And what sparked this was people in the comments when we did mention griefing, saying it's the Wild West. You know, people like you're supposed to be griefing and things like this. Like, this is the time period. It's more dangerous. It's crazier. And there's some truth to that. There also, it's like, are you really saying that because in the Wild West people were griefing that now you should be griefing in the game? I think it leads I think that kind of stems from the game just not having a lot of content right now, and people are like, don't hate on me for griefing, it's a video game. Which can be true. Let's figure out, how badly did people get griefed? Are we actually using the griefing as a term for murder? Yeah, it'll be a synonym in this video. Synonym, yeah. Back in the day, about 165 per 100,000 people were griefed each year. And that's much bigger from in the city era, which is right now 10 per 100,000 being griefed. This is just bad that we're using griefing as a synonym to, but I don't want to say that other word because I feel like it'll demonetize me. It was a 16 times more likely to walk out of your house and be griefed in the Wild West. At a rate of 165 per 100,000, though, it's not super significant. But when you dive down, like, this is something that was really interesting, actually. When you dive down into it, there was a 10-year period between 1875 and 1885 where you had a 1 in 61 chance of being griefed or dying in that 10 years. 1 in 61 people were getting griefed. That's pretty high. That's not a low number. Right? That's not a low number. Now, it's not the 22% that we found when we did our griefing test a week or two ago. We'll link that down below if you wanted to see how that worked out. But we found out that about 22% of players in Red Dead Online are going to grief you when you pass by them. That's one regard where, you know, Red Dead Online really does do griefing better than a lot of games, right? Like, you can really get griefed in Red Dead Online. I think the only game that could kind of compete with it would be like a Sea of Thieves, where you could go out and plunder and then someone could just steal all your stuff at the last second. The only thing is, in Red Dead Online, people don't steal your pelts. They just kill you for really no point, or for the entertainment of it, which is either worse or better. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide that. The judge can preside over that, because I'm not sure which one's worse, which one's better. Where else is it where the Wild West just really is so different than today? Well, I think a big part of Red Dead Online is the economy. So let's jump into the economy side of things and see how was the game different in this time period. It was significantly different. A cowboy back in the day would earn between $25 to $40 a month, which, if you take the in-game time of Red Dead, Red Dead Online, a day takes 30 minutes. So it'd be 15 hours about until you could earn 40 bucks. And you would think, well, that's crazy. It would take so long to buy the Mauser pistol, which is $600, one of the most expensive guns. It would take so long to buy that. And yeah, it would. No one would play the game if it took that long to buy that. And Rockstar has, on either side of the aisle, inflated the price, because you wouldn't earn as much money in Red Dead Online if it was accurate to back in the day. But at the same time, a Mauser pistol back in the day didn't cost 600 bucks. Because 600 bucks back in the day would be something like an insane number of an insane value of money today. Probably we're talking in like the the $20,000 range, the $16,000 range. We're probably talking around somewhere like that. They inflated on both sides. A Mauser back in the day cost you $35, right? So if you worked a month, you didn't have to buy any food, and you were one of a higher end earning cowboys, you could buy this pistol. Life was hard. I mean, I can only imagine when there's a 1 in 61 chance over 10 years that someone's just gonna cap you, and you're just gonna be, looks like it was my time, Billy. See you later. In that, I don't know why I think every cowboy talked like this is so southern. See you later, Billy. I'm dead. And this is where I want to relate the environment, let's say. Like, we're gonna talk about what kind of things that we'd see in the Wild West that just aren't in Red Dead Online right now. And one of those things is not enough saloons. Because at one point in Tombstone, Arizona, there was, I think, 10,000 people, and they had 110 saloons. That's about one saloon for every 100 people. People were drinking. Life was tough. People were drinking. What kind of activity do you think it would be if you jumped on Red Dead Online and you're like, time to go drinking. time to hit the pub, boys. You text your buds and you're like, hey, you guys down for some Red Dead Online around 8 tonight? We're gonna jump on and hit the pubs. That's what it was like back in the day, Wild West. A pub for every 100 people. I grew up in Seattle. If there was a pub for every 100 people in Seattle, there would be no buildings for anybody else. There would be, I don't know where you'd fit a grocery store in. Obviously, times have changed. Life was so hard back then. Much more, the average number of person who was a heavy drinker was so much higher back in the day. Things weren't as easy. On top of that, gambling halls were a big thing. There's about 15 gambling halls in Tombstone, Arizona in this time period. And we don't have any gambling in Red Dead Online. No gambling. I've made the argument before where I don't know if gambling could fit in the game, because it might be a way for third parties to jump on, create a website and sell in-game cash, in-game Red Dead cash that you would like earn from selling a pelt to a butcher, and they would just trade it by gambling with people and then forcefully losing hands. So you might be able to get around this if you just made the hands smaller, but having bigger hands makes it a funner activity, right? Like, I hope funner is a word. I don't know if they've changed that. That was a big thing when I was young. The bigger your hand could be in gambling, the larger the chances is that people would be able to take advantage of it. So it'd be interesting to see how it would get worked in. I hope it does get worked in. To be honest, like, we're looking back, the Wild West time era, gambling was a big thing too. Gambling was a big thing. How else are you gonna get ahead in life? Oh, what a dim outlook that must have been. Gotta go hit the hall. Gonna make us some dinner. I guess moral of the story is I'm glad that it's not, the Wild West. Right now, aside from Red Dead Online, I'm glad I live in the time I do. Best time to ever live, right now. And I'm glad I'm here. As far as Red Dead Online goes to the Wild West, I'm also glad that the game doesn't mimic that time period. Because if we played and we were playing for a while, and not only did it take us longer to hunt down deer, because it definitely wasn't as easy as going north of Lemoyne, doing a circle, and coming back with a few alligator skins and deer pelts and everything, and then turning it in and earning like $2, $4, something a lot lower. It feels good when you earn like $40 on a run. It would feel worse if you earned only $4, even if the items I was going to purchase were relative to that rate. It's nice. Inflating the prices gives a more rewarding feeling for players. So I'm glad that we have that aspect. I do miss out on the gambling side of things. The griefing side of things were better back in the day compared to Red Dead Online, but it's a game, right? It's a game. I don't think that people that grief me in this game actually want to do harm to me. That's not the reality, right? So there's a big difference between reality and a game. Regardless, I think griefing is an issue still in Red Dead Online, and I can't wait for those updates that Rockstar has mentioned in order to help with griefing, so I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know how you guys feel. Would you like to be a Wild West cowboy and live back in the day? Are you just a rowdy guy and you were like, hey, you know what we need? More horses and revolvers. Or are you glad that you're just playing a video game and it's not the reality of today? Thank you guys for checking the video out. If you do enjoy the channel, make sure to subscribe. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're starting a Discord. We got like 30 plus people in there now. Love growing the community with you guys, and some awesome points and information will be flowing on there. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, click on the Discord link down below and join up there. Thank you guys for the support on the channel. Really appreciate all y'all, and I hope to see you in a future video. Until then, take care.